side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Hello together. Nice to see you to today's live stream. Looking forward for the next 2 hours streaming together with you. So let's first set up everything here. We had news and we will check that out. But first let's just take a sip and then we can get started. Need to get my drink. We're gonna chart today a little bit as I'm in some trades, as I've posted on my X account. So I'm a little bit out of breath. I was just running up the stairs. So I'm ready now. And by the way, if I fall back like this, my chart broke while trading So yeah, maybe I have to adjust that sometimes. Okay, let's get into the chart. I will tell you how I trended, how I charted a little bit. We're gonna chart together. So I will create a new layout probably. And from there on we can just go through some coins. We're gonna just chart a little bit, and if we see something we're going to trade. And let's jump in here. Perfect. Oh, I love the new UI. I love it. How everything works. Just give me one more second. I wanna see the chat. Now it's good. Okay, so we had CPI news. They came in lower than expected. So if you want to know what it is, it's a change in the price of goods and service purchased by customers. And here you see the change in prices. But the market has not reacted yet. I mean, Bitcoin has made this nice downwards move where I entered a short here. And so we're currently in good profit on this trade here, because we are basically breaking a trend line here. And then we could short from here. And so the market has not reacted yet. I mean, Bitcoin has dumped a good amount, almost 6%, because, let me show you, we are starting to diverge here. You see these highs made a higher high, but the RSI is almost flat. And if we go on, let's say for example the weekly, we have this line here where we have a 3-point divergence, so low, low. And I'm starting to think now that we could drop down here. I will not call a top here, but this setup has some bearish momentum to it. As we are diverging, we made a high and printing, I mean we have of course 5 days left, but print a hammer candle for now, so a inverse hammer candle to the downside. Yeah, so we're staying tuned what Bitcoin will be doing. We are trying to capitalize on the short-term moves. Yeah, and it's interesting to see how ETH reacts, because ETH was also in this downtrend here, and with the news we have seen a break of this trend line. We're now starting to push, so Bitcoin dumping, ETH pushing. We have not yet confirmed a new trade, trend, because we still have this high that needs to be broken. But it's, yeah, maybe Bitcoin will start to push. Oh, my chair is really annoying. Maybe Bitcoin will start to drop now, and we see ETH maybe taking over a little bit the spotlight, which would mean that alts could start pumping here. But as long as we have not broken this high here on the higher time frames, we cannot confirm that our trend is here. So this is our new trend line. So then what we would do is, if we confirm this break and if we get a close above here, we could enter a long position based off this support here. So we could enter like this and, yeah, trade along the trend line. because this is really looking like a break here. We could wait for a retest if this is a fake out, so somewhere here, and then we could continue to the upside. So actually let's do this, because we have the 1 hour close and it was closing bullish. I will it's interesting, let me check something. So we are now, if we break with Bitcoin as well this trend, I will close my position here and go into the Ethereum long. So if we get, yes, so I will take profit on that position. Just give me a second. Oh, I will move my stop into profit. Let's say it like this. And enter the Ethereum long. Here stop goes below here, so 2% stop, because I go below this low here, so 2% stop. So the math here is pretty easy. We can use a 50x leverage with the desired amount you want to trade with. And then, so let's, for example, you enter here now with me and we go down here, then we have, and you enter with $100 position and a 50x leverage, you have lost your $50. So let me just mark that out here. I have took profit here. Took profit. Okay. Download it so I can post it later on my X account, which you can, by the way, also follow. Make sure to follow Coin Compass to do not miss out any of these trades. So this was a nice, let me check if my stop loss was really here. I think I had it up here, so this was a higher risk to reward. Yeah, I had it here because we were entering, you see, we had a break and retest, and here on this candle I entered the trade with the stop a little bit where the two lines crossed, so trade was a 2.86 risk to reward. We were sitting at a, yeah, almost 1 to 4, but as we try to squeeze our winners, still happy with this one here, 2.63. Just remove this. And I need to turn down the music a little bit. Hoping that this here won't be now a, so if we not close above here and we get, let's say, a candle like this, I will enter a new short position down here, to stop above this candle, to trade down further. But this is showing too much bullish reaction here of this level here. So we could, before the reversal playout, might do this here, that we move up here, create one more new high, and from there on we trade down. This is what I'm expecting. And we are still trading against the long-term trend here, because in the 4 hour we see we can now adjust this to be our new established trend, what it looks like, because we do respect this trend here with a reaction on that trend line. So might as well also look for some longs here. Now we always want to go with the higher time frame trend, but can still capitalize on short-term price movements like we did here with Bitcoin. We took profit here, and if we break this trend line with the next 1 hour close, I will also go into this swing position here. So 1 more hour, and then we're trying to trade up to the new all-time high. We see we respect this support level. We react here to this higher time frame level, so we can enter also a long position here. Okay, so you see I'm in more swing positions here. Just give me a second so I can prepare my Bitcoin order, because if we speak from a this could also have been a 1A, B, C correction wave, so from this uptrend, and we now start the continuation of the 4 hour level. So we have definitely broken this trend here, so this was a valid trend. If you go on the 1 hour, we see we had 1, 2, 3, 4 touch points, and we broke retest, so this was valid. But we are now looking at the higher time frame, seeing what it will have to offer for us. Just give me 1 second. Need to deposit on my wallet. Bitcoin will probably also go for a 50x leverage here at this position. Just move this here. The indice is doing. Need to set some alerts. Gold is going really well here. And don't get distracted by these lines. These are basically just trend lines starting from a monthly candle to or monthly chart to the 1 hour. So I was playing around with that a little bit, and I'm surprised how accurate price reacts to that. So I'm giving it a try for overall direction, incorporating still market structure, because my entry here was based on the 61.8 fib. So trying to think in the bigger picture, because this was it a weekly trend line even? No, this was a daily trend line. So we have made a daily move to the downside, retraced to this daily trend line. Also here it was I think it was not close. No, we reacted to the 0.5 and touched here the 618 reaction. So this is double confirmation for the move to the downside. And the lines you see here are just support and resistant lines. Yeah, of course we see this go here. And let's see if we first target is this trend line here. If we break it, then I'm expecting a move like this. But if we do respect it, like breaking here, I will have to close my trade. So this is a long-term trade that I have open here. Damn, I cannot lay back today. I'm sorry. Yeah, so first target for me here is this area. I can set my alerts, and this area here is my confirmation to go for a break-even trade, because if we break this low, then from a structure we are in this downtrend, have a confirmation here. Okay, so ETH is going. So we did not get the break yet here with Bitcoin, but I'm happy with the profits, because we have this cutting point coming up where we have the two trend lines crossing. But if we break above, I will trade a long here, as we did make a corrective move. Okay, on DAX we are also, we see we have made we're in an uptrend, and now retest our last resistance here with this trend line, entered a long here as well, a swing position. So yeah, were a lot of setups lately for swing trading, so that's why I'm in all of these. Okay, so if we get above this area here again, I will enter a long position. Because for ETH we see we had a clear break here. So this was, I do not consider this to be a fake out anymore, because here the trend line break was clear. We get 2 consecutive candles to the upside. Best thing now would be if we come back here and bounce and retrace again to the upside. Okay. Now the psychology comes in thinking Did I close my Bitcoin trade too early? But we have the support level here, and yeah, we could trade this down further, and now ETH starts pumping. So but this would also be the correction of this divergence. So we had upside, reset of the RSI, and now continue the uptrend. And if we close the 4-hour candle like this, this is also a really bullish setup here. So let's continue charting, because we have the trade set here. There is nothing to watch. Oil is now also nicely broke and retest our bullish trend line. Here I need to see now a break of the $66 level. So you see, I also do incorporate not only cryptos that I trade, but these are swing trades. You know, we have seen a big sell-off, had this trend line here along, and I'm aiming now for this support level here to be traded back into again, the $65 area, which also goes again in line with the trend line, so somewhere around $58 area, maybe something like this. That's where now I'm aiming to trade this short into for a nice 2.6 risk to reward. Yes. Okay. Yeah, this was a clear break, retest, push to the upside here with ETH. So we should not see a break of this area below here, and just a continuation. Okay, so I wanted to start charting here. Let me move this. So you see how I chart now. Okay. Just checking something here. Yeah, I want to wait for a retest here, to be honest. Yeah, these are the trades where your mind plays tricks on you. I have to admit that today, that I'm a little bit because this would piss me off if we continue this here to the downside. But we need to see what market open is doing. Because for me this is not yet a clear break. Yes, we've closed above. This could be now the retest. If we get back up here, I will enter my long position from here. So I just set the alert. Otherwise, was the alert set? Yes. No, it's not. I don't need this alert anymore. Okay, so we continue charting. Let's start with Solana. And we go back to the monthly. Move all drawings here. And what we do is we're trying to identify the lowest trend that we have established. So first point, second touch point, and the latest touch point is here. And we can refine that even more to, it was this, but you see we have broken this this trend, and if we now continue the uptrend, then this area right here is our current low. So let's go down to the weekly so we can refine this. And uptrend, downtrend, I'm sorry, let's go to the daily chart. You can see we have also broken the daily trend, bouncing off our uptrend. Now looking for, we could wait for the retest here at this area to go to get into a long. So this is a promising setup here. For our, yeah, we cannot refine that anymore, but we have clearly, okay, gold is dumping. These were a lot of alerts. We could now start to, if we go for the 4 hour, then this here would be our latest uptrend that we seem to respect so far. It looks like the EVE pairs want to pick up, to be honest, which is an indicator for alt season, because look at this, we have also the level here, that if we reclaim this, we can I'm so sorry guys, my chair is just broken. I ordered a new one, but I cannot lean back, and I need to lean back when I chart, to be honest. So on the daily we see this is here a clear level that price respected here multiple times, and on the 4 hour we are on this level with the trend line. So entering swing positions here with, you could really use a tight stop here on these ones, because if we do not continue to the upside, you know you were just wrong. So you could also go in with a 50x here, or if you want to play it safer, go below this low here, so go in with a 30x, and then we can long from here. But you always need to identify which of the setups look most promising to you. I think here we have multiple confirmations. So it seems that today or this week is the setup, or the week of good swing setups. Let's check. I mean, the only bummer here is that we have not yet traded back into, if we use this as our fib, that we traded back into one of these areas here. So I'm a little bit cautious and would rather want to see it get tapped in here, but 4 hour does look promising here. I'm not yet entering a trade because we might see this. Otherwise, if I get clear confirmation, I will enter a trade on Solana here as well for a swing position. But having the stop below here is pretty safe. I mean, if we're wrong, then we are wrong. But if this one works out, we are pretty safe with the stop below this last one, and it's 3% stop loss. So we use a 30x leverage on this one here to, yeah, see wherever this will lead us. Because we should not go down further than somewhere here again and reclaim these highs at first, and then we can trade along this trend line, which is really steep, I have to say. But if we look at this, then it could lead us to something like that. So that's pretty promising. That's a pretty promising setup, swing setup for long time trades. Let's see how our Bitcoin is doing. Keeps dumping. Okay, so ETH is pumping. That's good. Yes, for our Sol. So I will also enter this Solana trade here. Sol will enter a long position with a 30x leverage. Okay, I'm in the Solana long here, based off this reaction. Let me just add this to my chart. It was the Binance one. DT, Binance, right, this one here. Yep. Okay, so I've entered a swing position. I will post all my swing positions, by the way, in the Discord, so make sure to join our Discord. I will give you the link. Okay, but ETH is, to be honest, my most promising setup here currently. I mean, first target here is this high, so I'll put an alert there. I mean, it can be the case that Bitcoin dumps, we see dominance fall and ETH pumps. So I was maybe a little bit too fast with taking this one. Okay, now we are at the trend line. This is now the crucial moment. Alert still set. And we continue charting. You see, today my psychology is a little bit messed up, to be honest. I'm rechecking too often, not letting price play out, even though I have enough confirmation for me to enter these trades, going with the trend. There are some days like this, even though if you're in the trading game for a longer period of time, but then just try to step away from the charts. I mean, today I will be live streaming. So we have to endure this, but it's okay. We just keep on charting. Let me just take some notes for me to write on X. So those. And let's go for the next one here. Monthly, remove the drawings. I mean, you know my link swing setup already, but go from lowest, and then we can refine that here. So second touch point is this. Here we see also again already a clear. Let me go to the weekly, refining this one to here, and we have seen the clear rejection here also from this level. Maybe we can refine it a little bit more. Daily goes here, so if we want to enter here, maybe put a limit order at the $15 again. And from there on we could ride up this whole wave. Weekly would be also the idea to see this. Maybe we get that deep retracement, because this is our trend line, so we should have a stop which save us from there. But if we go into the position, we will enter with a 30% stop loss. So we can go in with a 3x leverage here. If we lose that area, then we can trade longer terms, because we have also we find this daily. This is a downtrend. You see we have played along this downtrend and we have clearly broken it. Looking now for a retest at around, in here we'll just use the fib, something like the $14 area, which we trade back into. And here I would enter a long position of this trend line to get a little bit of a better entry. Otherwise I have to bite into the sour apple, but this area would be my desired entry here. So 14.47. I will just put an alert here and wait for price to come back in here, because if I look to the left again, I see this was definitely a level of importance. So I would want to place a limit order back here, not having FOMO of not getting into this trade. And then we would long from here. Stops, if you're, let's say, greedy, you can trade this stop, because if we inverse this low, we still have the possibility to do that. Oh, this would be a weird chart. To do that and act as a support here, because you see it is a level. So I would rather choose this one down here. I mean, in terms of risk to reward, yes, this setup here does give you the better reward, because it's almost half the stop, but we have to have safe stops. So it depends. You could say at this point you're okay with losing, let's say, $50, so you will close here, but your initial stop is down here, so you play a little bit with your position size. Yes, so for link, I mean, you see we can even refine this further down here to trade along this trend line on the 4-hour chart, because if we break this, then you see we can aim for this area. So maybe we are not getting to see this area anymore, and the price will react to this support here, for our support and resistance, where our trend line is currently trading on. These are now really fucked up situations here to decide, do I wait for price to come back down here for the better entry, or will I rather get in now on my confirmation, but maybe have to endure some drawdown, but I can still add to my position here, and if we go, then we are already part of the move now. So always have your, let's say, you have your first scenario, like this is my first scenario where I enter the trade now, because trend line, we wait for the 4-hour close, still bullish, not broken support, and then you have to have, okay, my second scenario is that we still can come down here to enter a second position in this still valid swing long, with our stops below here. You see, you understand, you have to be, this is risk management here, what I'm doing, because I'm averaging into my position with the overall trend. I give it the possibility to push from here, but I'm also taking into consideration to trade it from here. But somebody could say, oh, but yeah, you could wait down here, and if it comes back down, I mean, everybody has to do that for themselves. So I have two entries, a still a good one and a better one. But in the end, what these two will do, they will average themselves out, and I have an entry somewhere here, and I'm pretty cool with going a trade from here to here, and then let's say maybe we run it up to, I say now $30, and look at the risk to reward that you get. So this is how you need to think, but you need to adjust your leverage as well. So if I go in here, this is a so this would be a 5x here. Then I need to go for half my position up here and half the position here. Let me think. I need to calculate in my brain. I need to think now. Just give me a second. If I enter my long here, stop goes below there. That's 25%. From here, it's around 20%. So go for 5x, 5%. So I need to add 5% less to my position. Okay, this is doable. So we go for the 5x long here on link. If we close like this and have our alternative entry back here, our stops below the trend line. So we always get a range of where we want to enter, and I mean the last, let's say, scenario where we would enter a trade, and you always have to take, let's say you want to risk $150 in this position, you would enter 50 here, 50 here, and then 50 here. But if we get the reaction here and we are back here, I would add in another position here, so you're in your $150. Okay, these were a lot of blinks here for Bitcoin. Because what has happened? Have we reversed? Yes. So we can enter our Bitcoin position here. If we close above, stop goes below here. This will be a, I will also use a 50x leverage on this one. So BTC 50x. Okay, so we are long here. It's interesting because you also need to set yourself a limit what you want to have in open positions, and manage it good. But let's say you have a pool of $1,000 and you say, okay, I'm allowed to have 10 trades at max, so you would give every trade $100 to play around with. I need to change those to green since we are long. What is gold doing? Oh, gold keeps dumping here. I expect a retracement on gold. Maybe we trade it. I would rather see it trade down further here and then we come back up to this trend line to not have to endure the pain of seeing it come back up here, which is also part of trading. But here, yesterday you saw it. I planned this one. Trade came down. I was planning to wait for the retest and then boom. Sorry, where were we stuck at link? Sorry, my brain is, I have not slept much. Yes, so link, we also enter a position from here with a, we said 5x overall leverage to have the possibility to add in here. Otherwise you would adjust along the way and add another position there. So Eve is doing really good. Look at Eve. Eve is pumping here nicely. Perfect. We all trades are in profit that we entered so far. Just need to do something here. I need to take out a little bit of just thinking currently because of position sizing. Okay, what is DAX doing? Wow, DAX keeps dumping here. Okay, so we have to close this one. This is definitely AL, because you see the clear break here. So we closed here, and see, this is risk management. You rather close it early and capitalize on your winners and add to them. So you always want to keep losses short. Let me just is it really this one here? Interesting. Looks like so. Okay, so we closed here, and I will reverse my position here. I will enter a short above here. Just 1 second. Stop goes above the daily. Okay, perfect. So we've reversed this. You need to be versatile to in your trades. Adapt to the market, never, because you see this was I was playing on the continuation of the uptrend, but here we see a clear rejection of our area, push down, and now we need to aim for this low. So this is where I put my alert, and now I can be pretty chill about this, because we have clearly broken the trend line here with this candle. And wow, Eve, what a rocket, what a trade we caught here. Let's see where this will lead us. Yes, so I wanted to enter my link position here, man. As I say, I'm a little bit confused today. So link. I mean, there are days like these where you have to be present and act, but then there are days where you just sit out and wait and respect. So it was a 5x leverage. I am so retarded. Okay. C and link. And I will not open more than 5 positions. I mean, this is a really big swing position here on link. The Eve ones are more of a shorter term position. Here we would re-enter based back on the 2821, but we ride the wave until we invalidate it. But short time frame, we have now broken the trend, so we have some room to go up here and maybe trade back into here to the 3-6 level, which would be an amazing risk to reward. Look at this, would be 1 to 11. So we hold this until price tells us to go. Important is now that we break the high here, and then we give it some room to play. Okay, YM is also now coming down here. No, it did not stop me. Okay. The thing with Dow Jones is here. We are reacting to a higher time frame trend line. So I cannot trail here. I cannot trail, but we see here now we need to see the break below here. I will move into my stop loss into break even, because either we continue here the downtrend or respect this uptrend and then trade to the upside. So this is a risk-free trade now for me. Well, I will give it, I will put it above the body. I'll put it above the highs. So because it can still trade back in here and then we reverse. So I'm going somewhere 44706. Where is that? There we are, put it above that wick. Okay, so we are protected here. Stop losses here. Okay, this is also if we continue a risk-free trade, trading it back down to if this can become a big one, because if we do not respect this trend line here, next target or next trend which we have established is down here. So let's see how we react, but important is now to see the break of this trend line here. So let me put an alert down here. Because here I can move it to break even if we are back down here. Now you see live. Today is a really good trade. You see stream. You see how to manage positions live. You see how to adapt. Be reactive to what currently is present. And here, why do I not now? Let's say, why do I not reverse my trade? Because looking at the higher time frame, I do expect some retracement. And what do we have up here? A resistance that we trade from away. And what have we been doing every time we touch this? Downward movement, and what are we currently starting to do? A downwards movement. So this is why I will not move or react to this, because we are protected. If we were wrong, then price will go up here and stop us for a small profit. Right now I will not react to this trend line, as I do see overall momentum is more bearish, as we also have broken this low here, broke, retest. Now we need to expect this, so it's important to break this low and then break this low here. By the way, guys, do you have any questions? Let me know. Gold is retracing here, but this is totally okay. We have made a big push to the downside, broke a low. We will see some retracement here happening now, and then hope to continue our downward move. We are also here. Our risk is pretty low here, as we have our stop here. Despite I just still don't like this candle here. So we have the room to go in here, and then we trade back down. So we just let price also play out. That's why we put our alert here on gold for the stop. For our candles, still looking really awesome here. We have a good formation. Everything's still in play here. So don't get scared by pullbacks. They are much needed. And you will see them anywhere in a trend. Everywhere pullbacks, big moves happen, pullback. And this is the level. Here you see also we could have refined this even more, because this was downtrend, but we also had this downtrend here. And you see, you get a break, can enter a long position. This is a tricky one. This is a really tricky one, because you would be here in the trend, but we do respect what it seems to be like this trend here. So you might be stopped at break even, as this higher time frame here, higher time frame trend, was also broken. So you would not enter a long here because of it being a break and retest. Which, I mean, if you enter, let's say, look at if you have entered on this candle here and targeted the last, let's say, high, because this trend line was just established, you would have also been in profit. Right now you're at break even and you might have to close the trade, which is okay, as we broke the level here. So I was also wrong with this one, made a little bit of a loss. Yeah. Okay. Okay, new 4-hour candle on gold. Still good, reacted to this level. This was definitely valid here. You see YM is pushing down again. We are not much drawdown on the trades, only on Germany and oil, but this oil seems to pull back. What is oil doing? Yeah, oil is fighting with this trend line here. This one is might here. We are in might. So my brain is not working today. In this one we are in maybe a little bit too early and wait for the break here. So I'm thinking on just getting, I want confirmation, I want clear confirmation, and it could be the case that we firstly pull back in here to re-enter, but I had to sit out this. So what I will be doing here is I will accept that and just wait on oil. If we break to the downside and enter down here, that's what I will be doing. Okay, so oil we have to put back on the waiting seat, as this is not yet a clear confirmation. Limit order goes below here, and then we could put a stop here instead of having this big stop here, because if we then come back in here for market structure wise, if we push back up, retrace here, then we at some point will end up at this trend line here again. So here we just wait and sit it out. I will put my alert, and you see this could also be called a bear flag, what it's doing here. And we need to see the retest at our level, so somewhere here, maybe even higher. Where did I put the support level? Yeah, it's an area here, so there's a high chance that we just trade back up and retrace from there. So this is the idea. See, we had a big push, probably seeing a retracement now, and then we can keep pushing up further, because I don't think the push is way too far. It's way too deep. Gonna see a retracement on all of these, and then we keep. I mean, these are swing trades, so there's nothing to worry about. Wow, platinum was also doing. This is a really tricky one, because here you have a two touch. You have touch on the downtrend, but you have also a touch on the downside. So which one are you choosing? And it's pretty simple here. You just wait for a break. You just wait for a break of either the downside here, and I mean, either you go with the current momentum, which is bearish, as we see we go down here, and say, okay, we react here, so I'm expecting this to go further down, or you just wait for the break of this low, break of the trend line, and then you get your confirmation for a trade to the downside. It's pretty easy. You need patience, and you need to see what the market is doing. So these are the two: this low, break of the trend line, and then you get your. Pretty easy. You need patience, and you need to see what. These are the two areas we need to look at. Wow, Dow Jones is dumping. Yes. Now it's an important area if we get to see the break. So this trend line here is not valid anymore. This has been broken. And now we need to confirm if this one is still valid. Then the last valid trend line we have is down here. So, you have anything to ask? Want me to look at anything? Otherwise, I will just let the chart run here a little bit and do some stuff on the side. Which one can we show? Which is moving nicely. Yeah, let's just have our Eve trade open here. I will put on some. I will put on some music. Okay guys, so to finish things up, you see our first idea, this one here, was valid. The problem here was that I had no reference for, wait 1 second. I had no reference for where price is likely to reverse, but in the end it ended up being this level here. Let me just make this a little bit more brighter. This level here where it reversed, and this confirmed now also our trend line. So yes, one eye is sad that this banger entry I did not leave it open, but the second eye is happy with my risk management. So I'm happy with the second entry here. I can now use a tighter stop because I have more confirmation, and we let this run down. The ETH trade I have closed at break even because we might have set up now a broader trend line here. This is in an area where it's just consolidating and not tradable. I should have, as I normally don't trade a lot of time frames, trade my stop up here, but it's okay. I was like a little bit in profit somewhere here where I closed, so this is fine, and we just wait how things react. Same goes for these ones here, because if we get the break, then let me check on the higher time frames, we have to readjust this because we have broken this for a shorter trend, but for now we are resisting that. So this is now the key trend line for me, and if we get a break here, then I do first see some short-term action, and we can then take a look at our higher time frame trend line where we look for entry. So we might see one more move down, and from there on we reverse. Same goes for Link. I closed them all at break even. So what's the thing here? We have this downtrend that we did indeed that we had broken to the upside, and we have started this move here, but the lower time frame trend we have now broken, retested. So I'm expecting price to do what? Trade back onto the level where we first wanted to enter our trade from. So what you could do is go in for some shorts here. So you could target these areas. For now I'm sitting in the Bitcoin short. This is the most, it just looks the best to me, which I'm the most confident on. The other ones here, ETH is not tradable, Sol is sitting at a trend line, so that's why I might only go with the Link short here. Stop goes above. Let's give it a little bit room to play. This was the trend line we have broken. It was like this. We have almost retested it, but this is still a valid break and retest for me. So we can put our stop above and trade it down to here. So the only trades are now Link and Bitcoin, and with this, let me enter the Link trade real quick. Okay, I will do it when I finish the stream. So wrapping things up, first of all, thank you for, let me check again. Wait, we are now 1,100 viewers on X. So first of all, thank you very much for so many people looking. I do really enjoy the streams. We have some good trades running. YM is at a really good position for a swing trade. We have gold that has retraced a little bit now, but still we are almost break even here. With oil we are still waiting, and we have our DAX trade, which we have across here of these two lines. We are in profit, looking for a break of this area to put price at break even. So we have a lot of running profits here. Bitcoin as well is already printing. So I think this can be labeled as a really good session, and I'll just leave some music on for you and enjoy the rest of the day. Stay away from the charts and just let price do what it wants to do. So peace out. Let me put on some tunes here for you, and then see you next Tuesday. Bye bye.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare.